Hello, Man on Fire fans. This is part 2 of Roblox Auto. I'm gonna ride with this guy. No. Okay. That guy hated me.
Tonight are missing in Arkansas after being swept away by floodwaters. We have 2 reports. First will go to
He tried to hit me. Come on, man. I like spending my own money.
All of a sudden, the wind started picking up, and we looked over the trees, and there was a huge cloud funnel.
When the twister hit, a dozen people hunkered down inside bathrooms, crying and praying. Some were teens wearing tuxes and gowns for a prom that was supposed to start an hour later.
It was very scary. That first initial hit was the loudest thing I've ever heard.
Miraculously, no one was hurt. Moments after one twister passed near Myrtle Springs, Texas, strangers jumped into flash floodwaters to rescue 2 children stranded in this overturned pickup truck. CPR likely saved their lives. Don Sumner's still in disbelief about the violent weekend weather.
From beginning to end, 45 seconds. 45 seconds to do all this.
Over the weekend, there were at least 26 tornadoes in 7 states. And the impact? Take a look at the storage facility, or what's left of it. All day, families have come here to remove what's left of their belongings. One of the here along the river.
Okay, let's go.
The town is shutting down, and this too is expected to be a record by morning.
The banks along the current river in Donovan, Missouri were no match for the rising water.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
After the river crested at 33 feet, breaking a 113-year-old record.
We are buying a car.
An engineer with the Missouri Department of Transportation.
I need a car.
Got this bullshit from Chad this morning. Dylan was going to Mountain Report and everything that way. And I was to go
Since Friday,
straight to
Missouri has
Donaldson.
gotten nearly a foot of rain, causing this tractor trailer to wash away. Turning
So that's what I
neighborhoods
did.
into
That's
lakefront
what Dylan
properties.
did. He didn't
Governor
do
Eric
everything
Greitens has declared a state of
he was
emergency.
supposed to.
Okay, here's my car.
He says there's been nearly
Oh, that was so loud, guys.
Here you go. And then he said, well, we're still have to dump, so I went and got a truck stop. Let me dump some.
Starting to go
Back, I go all the way back out to A Highway, back to B Highway.
White House has
And then
cleaned
Jason
up
calls and says, hey, we still got Puxco or 117 or some dumb shit to do to get those full containers on the highway. Well, I'm here, yeah, I'm here, so I get them full containers. I get done with the last one, I checked the can, and I asked him if I still got full containers in Knuckles. Because he said he was going to send those to them. He said, yeah, you still got to do that. So, okay, so I'm on my way to do it. He calls me again, says, oh, hey, I was going to have Jason do it, but it sounds like he's going to be a while. So you want to run out to the park? Or to the park? Yeah, he said, Piedmont Park, River Road, and all that. And flooded, yeah, I guess. So I ran out there and got him shut down. He said, he met me out there, and he said, well, I didn't think they'd have this closed. So, well, while we're here, why don't you go ahead and get Clearwater Store and Beaver Springs, and we'll just say they had the rest of it.
He was able to do it. So
okay,
obviously,
well, we got that.
Smart cookie.
Then I went out
Kim is
to
accused of widespread human rights abuses, yet President Trump told Bloomberg News that he'd be honored to meet him. White House officials later stipulated that North Korea would first abandon
got back.
weapons.
Why don't he fire that?
It is
The best part.
unusual for an
This is
American
the best part.
president to
How much
publicly
money does it
empathize
say
with
I have?
authoritarian leaders.
Fuck Chad.
Mr. Trump has made a point of praising leaders with an iron grip on power while avoiding condemnation of their abuses. This was candidate Trump on Russian President Vladimir Putin.
Guess what?
If he says great things about me, I'm going to say great things about him. I've always said he is really very much.
Because I just robbed
And at the White
Ryan,
House last
so
month with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi.
That you have a great friend and ally in the United States and in me.
Mr. Trump has
what?
Philippines, despite overseeing thousands of killings in the name of cracking down on drug trafficking. The Obama administration called off a meeting with Duterte in Asia last year after he called the then president a son of a bitch. President Trump brought up another leader in a separate interview with SiriusXM Radio.
He was a very tough person. And he was really angry that he saw what was happening with regard to the Civil War. He said there's no reason for this. People don't ask that question. Why was there the Civil War? Why could that one not have been walked down?
Jackson died 16 years before the Civil War.
I got a nice Chevy.
Trump failed to mention that Jackson's support for slavery more than 170 years.
Margaret Brennan, thanks. Joining us is Chief Washington Correspondent John Dickerson with more of his remarkable Face the Nation interview with the President.
Scott, after our
What's in here?
interview, I spoke to President Trump in the Oval Office about the weight of the decisions he has to make as president and whether he has turned to President Obama for counsel as he once said he might.
George W. Bush said the reason the Oval Office is around is there are no corners you can hide in.
Well, there's truth to that. There are certainly no corners, and you look, there's a certain openness, but there's nobody out there. You know, there is an openness, but I've never seen anybody out there, actually, as you can imagine.
But what he meant.
It does. I think that's true anyway, but it does. There's no question.
When did that hit you? That the magnitude of the office and that idea that you were, regardless of what happened, that your name and the buck stopped with you.
It's the bigness of the office. It's the bigness of the transactions. It's the bigness of the deals.
Whoa.
You look at the order of planes. It's bigger than any order of planes.
Ooh.
You look at...
I sold my car. Oh my gosh.
$12 billion to build. In submarines, it was $5 billion.
I sold my nice Chevy.
It's the magnitude. But most importantly, you know, the decisions, like when I made the decision to go with Syria, the 59 Tomahawk missiles. Unbelievable technology. We have unbelievable
Donald Trump.
talent. But those are tough
Hey, guess what time it is?
Like
What time?
that I'm gonna buy
Donald Trump.
because it's human lives.
Killing people.
You're killing people. And you can kill
We sell guns here.
Guns go off in a town or in a
Nope.
city, and you have another tragedy on your hands. So these decisions are unbelievable.
So this car's smoking over here.
Because it's human. It's killing. I hate it. But
You hate it, Donald Trump. You don't hate anything. You don't hate the U.S. You don't hate no one.
Advice that was helpful.
Yo, slime.
He was very nice to me, but after that we've had some difficulties. So it doesn't matter. You know, words are less important to me than deeds. And you saw what happened with surveillance, and everybody saw what happened with surveillance.
Difficulties how?
I thought that, well, you saw
No.
what happened with surveillance, and I think that was inappropriate.
What does that mean, sir?
About a nice car. About a nice car. How much money do I have now, Nick?
Look, you can figure it out yourself. He was very nice to me and when I was with him, but after that there has been no relationship.
Or you stand by that claim about
I
him?
don't stand by anything. I just, you can take it the way you want. I think our side's been proven very strongly, and everybody's talking about it, and frankly, it should be discussed. I think that is a very big surveillance of our citizens. I think it's a very big topic, and it's a topic that should be number one, and we should find out what the hell is going on.
I just wanted to find out, though, you're the president of the United States. You said you're sick because you tapped
You
your
can take any way, you can take it any way you want.
But I'm asking you because you don't want to do fake news over here with President Trump.
You don't have to ask me that, because I have my own opinions, you can have your own opinions.
But I want to know your opinion. You're the president of the United States.
That's enough. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Empty the register. This is a robbery. What's up, man?
Well, he did bring it up after all. What did you learn about it?
He still thinks that President Obama is to blame for surveillance of his campaign, even though the FBI director and others have said there was no support.
You can't rob it. I tried.
Trump's previous claim that the Obama administration had wiretapped Trump Tower. We also know that the president has had enough. But after the end of the Oval Office
today's visit, we traveled to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, with the president on his plane. He hosted us in his office there, and then we spoke to him later as we continued throughout the rest of the day.
One of the things that jumped out at me in the interview was President Trump telling you that he would not touch Medicare. And that was one of his campaign promises.
That's right. He said during the campaign, he said he was not going to touch Medicare, but he has modified or reversed several campaign promises as president, from his position on China to opposition to the Export-Import Bank, for example. In this case, members of his own administration, his OMB director and his Health and Human Services secretary, have in the past, when they were supported modifications to
we're hiring.
Or Speaker Paul Ryan does and is trying to convince the president to change his mind. So the president now says, as a president, he is sticking with his campaign pledge. He will not agree to touch Medicare for current recipients or future retirees, he said, except to address waste, fraud, and abuse.
John Dickerson, anchor Face the Nation, with the interview that everybody's talking about today. John, thank you.
Thanks, Scott.
John's interview also revealed some information about what's happening with the Republican health care plan at the other end of Pennsylvania Avenue. Our chief congressional correspondent, Nancy Cordes, is there.
They're all
Pre-existing conditions are in the bill, and I mandated. I said it has to be.
In the interview, President Trump insisted his party's bill does not weaken protections for the sick.
And one of the fixes that was discussed pre-existing was optional for the states.
Sure, in one of the fixes, and they're changing it.
Okay, so it'd be permanent.
Of course.
Okay, well, that's a development, sir.
you can't become a police guy.
The GOP's latest bill
All of them are
IP
only.
sick people more. A move that brought conservatives on board. Like Pennsylvania's Charlie Dent.
Well, it could affect people with pre-existing conditions, and it'll make insurance probably much more expensive for them.
In Harrisburg, Pennsylvania this weekend, President Trump pushed his party for a vote.
And I'll be so angry at Congressman Kelly and Congressman Marino and all of our congressmen in this room if we don't get that damn thing passed quickly.
But that was just after he told Dickerson he was
There's no one
actually
in here.
Take your time, get the good vote, and make it perfect.
His chief economic advisor delivered another mixed message on CBS this morning. That came as a surprise to Republican leaders here on Capitol Hill who have not scheduled to vote, and here's why. Scott, CBS News has confirmed that at least 20 House Republicans at this point would vote no, and the GOP can only afford to lose.
And they're leaving town on Thursday. Nancy Cordes on Capitol Hill for us. Thank you, Nancy. Police in Austin, Texas, have a suspect in custody in a stabbing spree today at the University of Texas. It happened outside of gym. A man with a hunting knife killed one person and wounded at least 3 others, some of them seriously, before surrendering. The motive is not known. Coming up next on CBS Evening News, a new study finds bullying in schools is down sharply.
I'm Ryan. I was in the military for 18 years, but I smoked, and I got heart disease. I take days. It's hard to serve your country when you're too weak to put on a uniform.
You can't quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT NOW. If you take medication, you may sometimes suffer from a dry mouth. That's why there's Biotine, and Biotine also comes in a handy spray, so you can moisturize your mouth anytime, anywhere. Biotine, for people who suffer from dry mouth symptoms.
Publishers Clearinghouse could surprise you next with the new Win It All prize. $2 million immediately, plus $10,000 a month for life.
Why you want to know?
I even told my kids.
You didn't find me? You didn't find me?
Watch your man or go to
You didn't find me?
I see you robbing the store now. Don't miss out. June 30th, you could win it
You
all.
didn't find me?
Guys, are you going into town?
Constipated. Trust #1 doctor recommended Dulcolax.
Hey,
Dulcolax
let me get in.
gentle, dependable relief. Suppositories for relief of
Nick, you stop.
Dulcolax.
Stop.
Gentle relief of hard stools. Dulcolax, designed for dependable
Stop it.
You're searching heaps of websites looking for the best hotel deal. Stop doing that to yourself. Let Trivago do it for you. Trivago can get prices from hundreds of websites and apps at the same time. It's that simple.
Nope, I'm robbing this bank.
Trivago. When my doctor told me I have age-related
I hate my job.
degeneration,
Cool.
he told me to look at this grid every day. And we came up with a plan to help reduce my risk of progression, including Preservision A-Rates 2. My doctor said Preservision A-Rates 2 is the exceptional formula the National Eye Institute recommends to help reduce the risk of progression of moderate to advanced AMD after 15 years of clinical studies.
Okay, bye.
Preservision A-Rates 2, because my eyes are...
I'm sorry, I'm just drunk.
There's been a nationwide effort recently to
I don't come in car.
Tonight, Dr. John will
I think I'm gonna go watch Rob Ron's.
By the time I get home tomorrow,
I think that would be it.
The morning announcements that Howard High School in Ellicott, Maryland start with a heavy dose of pride.
It is all about the lines are ready to roar. At Howard High School, where we are filling our days with pride and punctuality, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence. And these are characteristics
Thank you.
I feel like every student should be embracing and modeling in their daily lives.
Principal Nick Novak says these virtues help
Just picking up a few things.
strategies to be simple as encouraging kids to say hello to each other. Sophomore Emma.
People in Howard are more likely to be inclusive and to be able to talk to people and respect people. And everybody in their class.
Who is that?
Who's their friends.
Today's study is based on following nearly 250,000 Maryland children, grades 4 through 12.
How did he kill me?
Researchers found those who reported
How did he do that?
29% to 13%.
How did he do that?
22% of kids being bullied were physically hit, and 6% were being cyberbullied. By 2014, those numbers dropped to 5% and 4%. Professor Catherine Bradshaw
How much is this thing going?
authored the report.
We have a lot of work left to do. We don't want to take our foot off the gas as it relates to focus on school climate and evidence-based practices. So by no means is bullying checked off the list.
Kids are encouraged to do something when they see it. They have to be talking to an adult, comforting the victim, and making sure they don't encourage the bully.
Dr. John LaFoot, thanks, Doc. Coming up,
Come on, Nick, let's go buy a car.
killed by the police.
Who was that?
I have no idea. The comfort in
He killed everybody.
because as we and markets continue to rise and fall. Predictable is one thing we use in retirement to protect what you earned and ensure it lasts. Introducing Veritable Savings, established by MetLife to specialize in annuities and life insurance.
He killed me. I was right by him.
About a brighter financial future.
Allergy symptoms described. Doctors recommend everyday allergy season continues.
Well, that'll be it for today, guys. This is Man on Fire signing out.